Okay, so for this video, you're going to have to use your imagination. There are things that if you say on YouTube or other social medias, it can get you video deleted or get you banned or all kinds of bad things. So just use your imagination. So I see people asking a lot on different hammock related Facebook pages and other social medias on what to do with their ping pong paddle while they're camping in a hammock. And I never comment on that because it always turns into this anti ping pong paddle conversation and just hundreds and hundreds of comments and everything, and I just try to avoid it. But I figured I'd make this video. This is just my tips on what I do and what I think works out pretty well, and the reason I do that. So most of you that have a ping pong paddle carry your ping pong paddle around with you in different ways, and my suggestion whenever you're camping in a hammock is to carry, at least while you're sleeping, carry your ping pong paddle up front, appendix. That's what I recommend while you're sleeping, that you carry it, and this is the reason why, or a couple reasons why. Some people talk about, you know, if you got a Ridgeline organizer, this bag up here, they talk about putting their ping pong paddle up there to store it while they're sleeping at night. That way it's up out of the way and fairly easy access. But one thing you got to take into consideration, especially if you're like in a public area like a state park or something like that where there's other people around that you don't know, if you're sound asleep and somebody or a bear or whatever, or a rabid muskrat or whatever is trying to attack you in the middle of the night, picture if you're laying there sleeping and if it's a person and then you don't wake up until they're right there on top of you. Well, now your ping pong paddle is in the Ridgeline organizer and that person is between you and it, so not much of a chance you're going to be able to get a hold of it. And if that person doesn't realize it's there and you start reaching for it, if you can get a hand free to reach for it, now he knows it's there and he's closer to it than you are. So that's not a good scenario to set up. And it's the same thing, other people store it, like maybe have it just laying in a chair or put it in their backpack or whatever, but still you got a really good chance of the threat, whether it's human or animal, getting between you and your ping pong paddle. So that's something to watch out for. And carrying it appendix, then you can like if you normally carry your ping pong paddle on the side or towards your back or whatever, when you're laying in a hammock it's going to get kind of uncomfortable. If you carry it appendix, especially if you like sleep in a pair of shorts or something at night, you know, if you can carry it there, then if you were to get attacked, it's right there with you. So even if the person or animal was on top of you, you could still access it. And another reason why I suggest carrying it appendix while you're sleeping, even if you carry it any other way during the day. So what cops, when they're doing raids of a house or something, a lot of times they'll do it at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. The reason why that is the person's asleep typically, and they can catch him while he's disoriented and everything. And when you wake up, like say if you're camping or at home or whatever, but we'll just use camping for an example. If you wake up because something startles you while you're sound asleep, in that first at least 5 seconds you're going to be totally disoriented. You're going to be trying to figure out where you're at, what was that, you know, just everything, and that you're going to be just all dazed and confused in that first 5 seconds. So imagine that if you're in your hammock sound asleep, something attacks you or startles you or whatever, and you're in there, and the first thing you're going to do in your disoriented state is because you don't know what it is and everything. You're going to try to gain some distance. So if that thing's on this side of you, you're in your hammock sound asleep, you're going to try to get away as you're trying to figure out what's going on. So if you do, you manage to get out of your hammock and everything, and you take a few steps back, and now you're starting to kind of figure out what all is going on. Well, now you're over here, the thread is over there with your ping pong paddle. So again, if you were carrying it, appendix, even when you got away, got your distance and everything, once you started figuring out what's going on and assess the threat and all that kind of stuff, your ping pong paddle is with you and not here in the hammock with the threat. And another thing too, if you wear, I try to wear some kind of shorts or something while I'm sleeping. Even having a flashlight in my pocket. The other day we were camping down in Florida, and I was along near a river that one night, and I got up in the middle of the night, and I didn't have my flashlight with me, but I got up in the middle of the night because I had to pee, and I kind of, you know, half asleep, stumbled, staggered over to the thicker wood line to where the bushes were and everything. And right when I got there, I heard what very well could have been an alligator diving off into the water. Maybe it was a big turtle or something, I don't know, but it was pretty big. And in that moment, when I'm standing there, I'm thinking, and it's dark, and I'm disoriented and everything, I'm thinking, man, I really should have brought my flashlight, because that could have been something that got me, before I even saw it. And because I was walking around there in the dark, there was some moonlight and everything, but I couldn't see very clearly. So yeah, that was one of the few times I've ever been without having like a flashlight or something with me. Just wasn't thinking. So that's my recommendations. You can get a pair of shorts that's comfortable to sleep in and stuff. If you carry at least your ping pong paddle, preferably even a flashlight. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll have a headlamp, and I'll put it around my neck at night when I'm sleeping, so it's there out of the way, and then if I do get in that situation, I got some kind of light. And that could also help you if you needed to serve with your ping pong paddle. So that's my recommendation. And if you guys got any other thoughts, any things that you do or whatever, and please comment below on the video. And that's it. Just wanted to give my tips. I'm not answering that question. I'm not commenting on that question on social media, because I'll be getting notifications for the next 3 days about people commenting on there, and it's all arguing, all kinds of drama and everything. And if you believe in carrying a ping pong paddle, cool. If this helped you, great. If you are an anti ping pong paddle person, hey, that's great. That's a great thing about a free country. And you don't have to start a big argument and all that kind of stuff. If you don't like it, there's a lot of other videos to watch.